All right, it is Tuesday, April 4th. I'm still in Damascus. Been a busy 2 days actually, and got my resupply done yesterday. Hung out with Beaver and his wife, Backwards Barbie, and got this tour of this awesome home they're staying in. That was incredible. And had dinner with them last night and stayed in at the Dancing Bear with Tenny. He had this big suite with 3 beds in it. So I took a bed, Tenny did, and then this couple took a double bed, and so that worked out well. And then today, big thunderstorm just came through, a lot of rain. So I'm just walking up to this outfitter in that white building ahead on the left. But today, this other guy, Pinto, who I've been waiting on to hike together and maybe ride back to Georgia with, we'll see. Got here and he said, "Hey, I was waiting at the church to get into a bed there." And he goes, "Hey, I got this room across the street in the Dancing Bears, this big suite with 3 beds. The exact same room I was in last night. This was somebody different, so I'm going over there to get a nice bed with a private bathroom tonight." So anyway, kind of fun how that works out. Good morning. It is Wednesday, May 5th. I left the hostel, the bed and breakfast at about 8:30. I had to go to Dollar General. Got a little poison ivy on me. I had to get hydrocodone to carry with me. And heading out. Just dropped off about 9 or 10 beers. Hey, hold on a second. I was recording there a second ago, and a guy drives by in a car and goes, "Hey, hiker, you want some fruit?" And pulled over, and he just had bananas, oranges, apples, grapes. So I grabbed a clementine and a banana. I'm going to peel it in a second so I can throw it away. Then I walked by Crazy Larry's, and Crazy Larry was out there, and he talked about trouble breathing, and I started mentioning Wim Hof, and he said, "Oh yeah, Wim Hof, my brother told me to check him out." So I talked to Crazy Larry about breathing. Anyway, it's an interesting start heading out of town. So the trail is down here somewhere. I'm assuming these 2 guys in front of me are going to show me the way. Started drizzling this morning. It's supposed to 60 to 80% chance of showers today, so until 5 o'clock. So I know I'll be walking through some rain, but thunderstorms have been removed from the equation, which is fine with me. That's all I care about. So getting off, looking forward to a fun day, a great day. I'm hiking with Pinto. He's ahead of me, but I'll catch up. And at least by the shelter, we're going to stay tonight, and made the command decision last night. I'm heading home on the 15th, or it might be the 16th. His wife is picking him up, and I'm going to hang out with him and get a ride to Charlotte. From there, I'll catch a train or a bus back home and be there until after Zane is born. So I'm going to go peel my banana so I can throw it away at one of these locations here. Now walking in. I ate dinner there twice. Pretty good. 7 Trails Grill. Excellent pizza. And this is called the Creeper Trail I'm on. It's an old railroad line that they've turned into this big industry here. You can see this a bicycle rental place. There's tons of, it's like Hilton Head. There's bicycle rental places all over. And they take you up 16 miles, 17 miles. And the Creeper Trail is all downhill. So you just have a leisurely 3 or 4 hours, ride your bike down the hill, back into Damascus. You can stop along the way. So, but you don't have to work. You just kind of glide down. But it's not too steep. It's a nice, gentle slope. It doesn't require pedaling. And there's about 4 miles of level ground. But so, Gail, you and I will come back here one weekend and check out Damascus and do some creeper trailing. All right, getting ready to leave the Creeper Trail. Head up into the portal, into the woods, into the next, back into the other universe. And that's the way in this particular time. I just discover that this trail was a rail bed for lumber, and that back in the 1920s, and for the next 20, 30 years, it was a huge source of lumber every year from the Mount Rogers area. Now they've turned it into an ecotourism. They just paved the trail, and a lot of people are bicycling. So here I go. All right, instantly back into the rhododendrons. I'm just slightly away from the highway. And back to this universe in the trail. One interesting thing I wanted to mention, in about 23 miles, I'll be under 1,700 to get to Katahdin. Seems like a milestone. And in about 30 miles, I'll be over 500 miles for the trip. So it may take me till day 3 for that one, because I'm only going 10 miles today to the first shelter. Even though I've been up 600, climbed 600 feet, been 2 miles, just the amount of green, ouch, sorry, tip of my shoe got caught on the root. The amount of green on the trail is incredible. Just these leaves are, I think, bigger than they were when I came into town. So it's just what's to come, especially at the higher elevations and those trees start filling in. But it's just like this green hue. If I look down at the trail, there's still a green tint to everything from all the green I'm surrounded by. I mean, this green, it's awesome. So anyway, green's the color of the day, probably the color of the month. Well, as expected, the rain has come. So I got all my rain gear on, and it's been raining on me for a while now. Nice bridge. I'm not sure, it's probably not showing up on here, but it's just a good, steady, heavy drizzle. I'm not gonna call it a downpour. Uh-oh, this will be a mess to get through. Okay, camera down, figuring my way through this. Well, I'm actually on the Creeper Trail. At some point, it was only maybe 20, 30 yards from the Appalachian Trail, so let's walk down. Check out this old trestle that the train tracks went over. Pretty river. Rain has let up, so just mostly the trees dripping on me for right now. Very pretty. Be a nice bike ride, Gail. We'll have to come out and try this sometime this fall, maybe. Not exactly incredibly awesome or overly impressive waterfall, but all waterfalls are cool to me. I guess these rains are helping this one. I'm just on the bridge, on the trail, still following that river. I guess the Creeper Trail must be on the other side. And since I've already said the Creeper Trail is primarily downhill, and since I've been following it, that means I've been primarily going uphill, other than the last, ups and downs I got. But it hadn't been bad at all. It's been a nice trail. Rain has stopped. Still have my rain gear on, so I need to stop on the wall and get that off. Just give them a chance to see if it clears up or not. I just love time and time again where there's examples of the makers of the trail, whoever laid it out and oriented it. They use natural resources whenever possible. And so this is just a giant rock, but it's a small cliff, 7 or 8 feet down. It gets narrow and goes up, and then the trail climb down and you continue on the trail. It's kind of cool. I just love seeing that. And there's lots of rocks around me right now. That little bit was more difficult than it looks. It got pretty narrow, and then the tree and the rocks jut out, so your pack bounces against them. So this little tree, I just counted on that holding up and committed myself to moving forward and grabbed it, and it did its job. Anyway, that was pretty cool. Just another nice, unique feature. I found a good example of when I sometimes, I think it's happened twice, not a lot, missed the trail, a turn. I almost walk in, head down, trail in front of me, I keep going. But there's a blue blaze, it's the wrong trail. The Appalachian makes a 340-degree turn, a 20-degree turn, and continues up. So anyway, just wanted to illustrate how it can easily happen. It's the back of the shelter I'm going to be staying at. A very nice shelter. A lot of nice tent sites. Probably going to camp somewhere amongst these pine trees, just to get a little protection from the rain. It's still drizzling. We're supposed to stop sometime this evening. They actually have a bear box here, which is nice to see once again. and a privy. So so far the shelters in Virginia are better than the shelters in Tennessee for sure, and similar to the ones in Georgia. There's my rain jacket, trying to dry it out. Got a different one on now.